Greggy boy. Greg. You know, there's a lot that's been going on. Don Lemon got fired from CNN. Tucker Carlson got fired from Fox. Nikki Haley, running for president for the Republican Party, took pop shots back at Don Lemon, which, word of advice, Nikki, I highly doubt you're going to win that nominee. And even if you don't win it, you can severely hurt your chances by taking pop shots at a particular race of fucking people. You know, they have their own alphabet now, so they're their own race of people. You can't just call them gays. You got to address them by the LGBTQR123 community now, all right? No offense, once again, guys that are gay out there, or women. You're just gay. I don't know why you got to label what you are. You're lesbian, bisexual. You're just fucking gay, right? You're just a fucking rainbow fairy. You're fairies, okay? Nothing wrong with that. Don Lemon is in that category. Picking a fight with Don Lemon on Twitter, and you ain't picking a fight, you're just rebutting what he said about you going past your prime at 51, okay, which I don't think you are. I don't know your overall health, but if you can't run a mile in 10 minutes, or at least walk a mile in 10 minutes, then you might be over the fucking hill. But that's not for me to decide. All I'm saying is, word of advice, don't fuck with Don Lemon. Let him just go on drift away, because he got himself into that situation. Don't stir the pot. This is why men, for the most part, and even men do it, but women do it more than men. Men don't want women in power because they do this shit, grudge holding type shit. Let it go. Let it go. That'd be my advice. Now, because I ain't going to make a separate video about that. That's just, I'm going to nail it right now. That's my advice. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Greg Doucette, where do I begin with you, man? I'm your biggest small mosquito here on YouTube. The challenge is over 700 subs. I'm not nowhere near Jeff Cavaliere, Jeff Nippard, you know, any of those guys you go after, you know, on YouTube. I'm nowhere near Hafthor, Bjornsson, The Rock, none of those guys, right? None of those fucking guys, okay? However, I'm a man with his own opinion, okay? Now, I respect your hustle. I respect everything you have done in your past. My problem with you is how you try to push your crappy self like they're the best thing in the world since the invention of fucking money, okay? Here's the thing with that, Greg, because you contradict yourself in all your videos. If anybody with a brain can catch it, they can hear through your bullshit. Calories in, calories out. You don't need subs. That's all you need to know. Calories in, calories out. Subs can give you an edge, but you don't need them. Now, Jeff Cavaliere put up a video a couple of days ago, and guys, you guys know I'm going through a copyright claim with Japan right now, so I am not going to be uploading anybody's footage on my channel for a while. I'm just going to give you my overall opinion about the videos that I watch, and I will link every video that I'm going over in my description. So after you hear me give my opinion, you can go watch the videos and, you know, form an opinion on your own. This is just my opinion from what I've seen. Okay, so anyway, Greg, you watch Jeff Cavaliere's video. Jeff pretty much brought up how people are wanting to turn right to TRT, HRT, testosterone, whatever the fuck you guys want to call it, PEDs. How the young especially are like, hey, one shot hop on cycle. All that nonsense. You don't need subs, and you damn sure don't need PEDs, okay? Unless you're bodybuilding and you're trying to get your IFBB Pro card, because your ultimate goal is to compete in Olympia. If you're going that route, you probably don't have a choice. If you might still get a IFBB Pro card by being natural. It's just that much more harder. But being a natural Mr. Olympia in this day and age is out of the realm of possibility. And because it requires too much muscle to be packed on your frame, and you can't put that much muscle on your frame natural. You have a limit to how much your body can just make natural, and then after that, you need that enhancement. You need those drugs, okay? So if you're going that route, I understand. Even in the Olympics, in certain sports like track and field, like there are certain things, especially in powerlifting, that PEDs are advised, because you're not going to set world records unless you're taking something to get you over the edge. That shit at that point in time is a necessity. And steroids work better than your average supplement like protein, creatine, beta alanine if you're trying to mitigate the lactic acid buildup in your muscles, and caffeine. Those are the only subs you need. Now, as far as multivitamins go, fish oil, I take ashwagandha, fish oil, magnesium, vitamin C, B12. Those are just minerals and multivitamins that your body can use to produce certain benefits, like fish oil, omega-3 fatty acids. It's good for helping with hormone regulation. It's good to get joint health and all that. The omega-3s, right? Beetroot's good to help the heart circulatory system. It opens the vessels to help with the respiratory system a lot better. You get better blood flow pretty goddamn much. It's like eating a little piece of garlic, right? Magnesium good for bone and muscle health. B12 good for neurological health. You get that in multivitamin, but I take extra. Vitamin C, good for immune health. Vitamin D and a multivitamin, good for overall general fucking health. So I take those on the side as well. Ashwagandha is good for stress. The lower your stress, the more outturn in the production of testosterone you can make in men and estrogen you can make in women, okay? Because you're keeping your stress levels low, right? But the bottom line in Jeff's video was you don't need to take absolutely none of that. And yes, you don't. If you're healthy, eating good, especially the younger you are, if you start very young, the chance you developing a good body is awesome down the line. If you start young. My daughter will start weight training this year when she gets out of school. She's 7. She says, Dad, I want to play sports next year. Okay, we're going to start weight training. I'm going to train it myself so I can develop a kids program for kids. Okay? Then my son get old enough, I have him training. My wife trains. I train. Okay? So, with all that being said, I take protein. I take creatine. I take that stuff because of the way that I train. I train relentless when I train. Right? So, I need that extra oomph. Okay? But for the average person that's not training 5 to sometimes, in my case, up to 6 days a week, you don't need all of that extra stuff. You just need to go to the gym, eat clean, manage your stress, have a manageable workout schedule to where you're doing some cardiovascular work and some muscular training work. They both go hand in hand. And you can have an awesome body. And that's what Jeff Cavaliere was trying to hammer home. But what did you do, Greg? You agree with everything and then still try to push yourselves. Particularly your GO2 max. More than a second. You completely overshadowed the whole thing that Jeff Cavaliere was trying to convene to his audience. That you don't need to be on anything. All you need to know is clean dieting, stay around maintenance, maybe a slight surplus, maybe a slight deficit if you're trying to maintain and cut, or if you're trying to maintain and build. That's it. Eat clean as possible. Train as often as you can. Try not to overtrain. Try not to shock your nervous system. And manage your stress, because training put more stress on the body because you're training. That's stress. That's stress on the body. So manage your stress and you'll grow. And you'll lose weight if you're in a deficit while trying to build muscle. That's it. That's nothing. Calories in, calories out. Like you say, Greg. But you try to pelly yourselves on that one. I even left you a comment, by the way. This one, right here. Then, you uploaded a clickbaity video about you going back on a cycle because you uploaded a picture, I think it was on Instagram, about how you're looking at age, 47? Now, you have these things called trolls. They're garden gnomes, all right? They sleeps in their mom's and dad's basement, okay? Trolls love to stir up shit. Trolls have no life. And you have some trolls that have a life, but their lives are miserable. You have trolls that have money that hate their lives, so they try to project that irritability by knocking other people and other people's successes. That's what trolls do. Most trolls don't show their faces because if they show their faces and somebody recognizes them in public, chances are they're going to get their ass kicked. Because sometimes trolls say some very vindictive shit. Okay? So you have to understand that when you put yourself out on social media, you're going to be projected to trolls. The bigger your channel is, the more trolls you're going to attract, because trolls crave attention. If you ignore a troll, the troll will leave you alone. Or they'll keep trying, and then people in the comment section will just fucking roast them. Right? Because that's what trolls do. I have trolls. I'm not even that fucking big. I done been doxxed. They done talked about my wife. They done sent pieces to my fucking house. But that's what trolls do. That's what they do. And the crazy thing is, all trolls can be found. Especially when you have the shit to find them with. When they try to crank call you and you have certain things on your phone that can pick up a private call and shit, you can see exactly where it's coming from. Yeah, you can pretty much pinpoint where the troll is calling you from. Or email addresses and shit. Trolls set themselves up for failure. You fell for the trap. And then you made a video crying about you don't care about the comments, but that's what you was crying about the whole 10 fucking minutes in your goddamn video, Greg. You can't make this shit up. And sorry, guys, I got allergies, so whatever. You can't make this shit up. They talked about your loose skin. You're 47 years old. You do a lot of cycling, Greg. We know this. We know you don't train like you used to. We understand this, Greg. I used to tell you all the time, Greg. I even left you a comment on this video. Yes, your biggest small mosquito, Greg. You gotta stop responding to everybody that leaves criticism about what they think about you. Because if you don't, you're giving trolls attention. I used to love roasting trolls. Every chance I got. But all that did was just make them feel validated. If you ignore them, they ain't got the validation that they're seeking. And most times when trolls can't get a validation out of you, they'll leave you alone. They'll try every little mean tactic but show up at your house or confront you in public. They'll try any mean from swatting to send pieces to your house to crank call. They'll try all those underhand gay ass tactics, but they won't show up at your fucking house. And that's the failure of a troll. And you fell for it. You went on a 10-minute tirade about why you look like this and you don't care. Try to spin it to where if other people read the same comment, they might feel like, oh, well, I shouldn't try to push like Greg did and get that big because I'm going to look like that when I'm in my 40s. So I don't want to get into shape. That's bullshit. That's just your excuse to try to cover up the fact that you let those trolls get to you. Not everybody's going to agree with your physique, Greg. A lot of people don't like my content. A lot of people don't. I let them say they comment, and then I go about my business. Some comments are pulled by YouTube. I have no control over that. I allow all comments. And they say some mean shit. Trolls will. Because they want to rattle your cages. But you got the option to block a troll or ignore a troll. That's it. Or just get off social media. That's it. That's what you do. You went on a 10-minute tirade about why you look this way. And that it doesn't matter how you look. You like how you look. But yeah, you complain for 10 minutes about that picture and why you look that way. That's fucking stupid. But the caveat of all of this is today you uploaded the response video. And I knew you were going to do it. When I seen that Jeff uploaded last week, I said it's just mad time before Garden Gnome Greg Doucette does what Greg normally does. Now, we know you don't like Jeff Nippard. I don't know how you feel about Lane Norton, but I know you don't like Jeff Nippard. Here's the thing. Jeff Nippard destroyed your testosterone shit. In the same video, you tried to throw Derek under the fucking bus. I thought you and Derek was buddies. Now, the reason why Jeff came after you is why I said in my other videos, and I left you a comment on this one as well. It's because you promote your subs constantly, more than Nick Trigilli, constantly. And then when the shit came out that the shit you was trying to sell was crap, Now you done changed to what, Ecti Builder, right? You didn't acknowledge that you swapped the brand name in this video. You also didn't acknowledge that you were saying back in the day before you got caught that Turk helped you put on internal muscle and you train like this. You were actually using troll comments to push your narrative. So when all that hit the fan, you realize that, oh shit, I fucked up. You changed the name to Ecti Builder. So when Jeff dropped this video, you said, oh, well, yeah, I have to agree with Jeff now. But back in the day, you wasn't agreeing with Jeff when you were selling testosterone. When you were selling it, you hated when Jeff dropped that video about that supplement was overrated. You hated it until you got busted. Now it's, oh, I agree. Yeah, that's the mark of a fake, phony comment. 2, you sit up there and you try to push your GO2 Max, the main ingredient, MNN. You always bring up the Joe Rogan podcast. Now I like Joe Rogan. Okay? And that guy that said something about Eminem or Hooverman, what the fuck his name is. Okay? Let me tell you something, Greg. The reason why the FDA banned that shit was simple. It's not because they're trying to make money off of it. If that's the case, they'll ban protein, creatine, a lot of subs. It's because the FDA feels that that particular ingredient, MNN, NMN, if it's not managed right and if people start to abuse it, it could have very devastating effects on the human body. That's why the FDA pulled it. It's not because of Big Pharma. There's a lot of stuff the FDA don't get behind, but when they pull something, normally it's because it could have devastating effects on the human body from long-term usage, especially if the dose isn't correct. So you have these things called addicts that if something is too good and it actually works, they'll want more of it and more of it and more of it. So they pulled it, and I'm pretty sure the FDA gonna come up with new guidelines to help regulate it. But you're trying to push that supplement. Water didn't ban it, but FDA did. Yeah, water didn't ban it yet because it's not a legal substance. Caffeine is illegal in certain sports, but water is a sport-ran organization. It's a committee over sports competition. If they deem that you can't use it in this particular competition, that's banned in that particular competition. Now, the reason why I said all that is because Jeff and them didn't mention it in their video because they know it's pure garbage. That's why. It's garbage. And they're not going to promote your goddamn supplements. Why would they do that? Why? All you guys need to do, I said in my last video, talking about you, have some caffeine and then go work out. Drink caffeine about 45 minutes before workout. It could be the coffee. If it's any particular energy drink, 0 sugar because you don't want to crash after the fucking fact, right? Have some caffeine, then go train. You can do it fasted or on a full stomach. I found on a full stomach for me, that energy from the calories and then having the caffeine drink, I work out a lot better than when I'm on an empty stomach and just have me some caffeine before I work out. The workouts are good, but it's not that good, okay? And then wait 3 days and then go back and do that same workout because you want to recover from it, right? Go back and do the same workout with no caffeine. Either fasted or on full stomach. Wait about 45 minutes to an hour and then go back out there. Well, if you eat, wait about an hour. And then go back out there and do that same workout. And then out of 2 training cycles of that same workout with and without caffeine, either fasted with caffeine or full with caffeine on a full stomach, you'll know if that training cycle was improvement or a failure. You'll know based on just that analogy. You ain't got to take GO2 Max. You ain't got to take none of that shit. This is why, Greg, when that supplement go belly up, you're going to be mad by everybody else that may have the same type of supplement and trash them too. It's not that people are coming after you, Greg. You put yourself in that environment by the shit that you do with your promotion of your subs. Jeff Nippard and Lane Norton, that video, that overall, I think like 16 minutes long, something like that. I agree with the majority of everything they said. A lot of shit overrated, a lot of shit's underrated. You can't tone a muscle. You can make it grow bigger, or you can make it shrink by not training and neglecting it. You can make it grow by training. It's like planting the garden outside. If you don't ever water your garden, it'll die. Shrivel up and die. You water it and feed it nutrients, the garden will grow. The flower will grow. So, Greg, you gotta stop. Like I said, I get it, man. You done came up. I remember your channel had like 3,000 subs. You done came up. But you're not going to topple Jeff Nippard. You're not going to topple Jeff Cavaliere. You're not going to be the man on top of the fitness industry. That's not going to happen. What I think might happen is down the line, if you keep this up, you might lose your fucking channel. Because you talk about a lot of things that's borderline against YouTube policies. Look at Nature Jilly. Okay? You just made a video talking about the most jacked up man in the world on a crazy cycle, the Japanese dude. Talking about the shit he's taking, the peptides, the particular name of the peptides and what they do. Kenny KO does it too. And all it's going to take is a handful of people to start reporting those videos. And then you can lose your channel because you are promoting. You're not so much promoting, but you're talking about things that could be very dangerous to people's health. And all people got to do is type in the particular names you're quoting, find out what that supplement is, and then find out where they can get it from. And all they have to do is say, well, I learned this on Greg Doucette channel. I learned this on Kenny KO's channel. I learned this on so-and-so channel, Very Steve channel. YouTube get wind of it. Oh, there go your channel. Don't try to promote health, Greg, and then still try to talk about the shit that you know you should be talking about. If you want to talk about cycles, my advice is go on a different platform. Don't do it here. I'm trying to give you some more advice. Stop feeding trolls. Stop pushing your subs. I did the best thing since apple pie. When a person have to push their subs as much as you do, it means that their supplements are failing. And they want people to buy them so they won't go belly up. That's what that means. You don't know when you upload a cookbook recipe on your channel, or when you talk about a supplement video pertaining to your subs, your views out of 1.8 million people, your views, you probably get 20,000 to 50,000 views on that video because nobody give a fuck. They don't want you talking about that. You're a drama channel. They want you to talk about drama. They don't care about your subs. So that's why you push them so much, because nobody's buying them as much as you say that they are. Because if they was, you wouldn't promote them midway through a video, and you won't promote them every video. You would do it like once every blue moon, or you'll have an ad at the front of your video to start the video. You wouldn't do it throughout the whole fucking video. That's why. YouTube is paying you the money that you're really making. It's not your cookbook sales. Damn sure ain't your supplement sales. I'm telling you that that's just factual evidence. You're pushing it like it's crack cocaine, man. Look at people that actually sell subs like Jeff Cavaliere and shit, and people that actually sell them, and if they subs are selling good, they rarely bring it up. They may have one 15-second ad to start their video or one 15-second ad to end the video, but they don't push it every fucking video. Every fucking time somebody says something about this or why they eat this and this, you promote your cookbook. In the same video where he does cardio, but he didn't mention GO2 Max. That makes people not want to buy your shit. That we call that cringe behavior. Take my advice or leave it. Whenever I decide to do subs, it'll just be protein, creatine, and caffeine based shit. That is it. That's all you need. That's all I got, guys. Enjoy your Tuesday. I got some work to go do. This been your boy Savar Matner, and I'm out. Have a good one, Greg. Peace.